What's up everyone, welcome back to another Ross review. This week on the show we're standing next to the 2018 Toyota Alphard. This luxury JDM minivan can cost you over $150,000 here in Australia. So today we're going to find out what do you actually get spending that kind of money on a Toyota van. Yes, that is right. This Toyota minivan can cost you over $150K here in Australia. Launched back in 2002, the Toyota Alphard was specifically designed for the Japanese market, though this is being sold now in a lot of other places such as Southeast Asia, China, Russia, and being privately imported a lot more now here in Australia. This particular one is the third generation AH30. Previous ones you had the AH10, AH20. This one is the Mac Daddy of luxury. This particular one is the executive lounge, and this one really is special.
Now, styling wise, the Alphard is very striking, though not particularly beautiful. Besides its large front grille and gorgeous LED front and rear lights, there isn't really a whole lot to talk about on the exterior here. Now, powering the Alphard, we have a 2.5 liter 4-cylinder hybrid engine making around 200 horsepower. This particular one as well is sporting all-wheel drive. Now you could option for a standard 2.5 liter petrol engine or upgrade to a bit more power with the 3.5 liter V6, though I would strongly recommend to stick with the hybrid.
Alright, so let's just start inside the Toyota Alphard because this is the place you want to be. These two middle seats, these captain chairs, are just the main reason somebody's going to purchase this vehicle, because the space in here, the luxuriousness, the calmness, the relaxingness, is just immense. It is a really, really good place to be. And you know, you could just unwind in here, relax so easily. Now the seats in this car are just so beautiful, very, very soft, premium leather. This thing just feels so nice. It is heated and cooled, so these are ventilated seats. If you lift your left side armrest here, you have your heated and cooled seat controls.
Just above that, you have all of your seat movement controls, which allow you to actually completely lie down flat in here. Now, one thing I wish this car did have, especially for the price, is a massaging seat function back here. I really think they missed out, and they should have definitely included that feature.
Now, you also have a light button back here, so you can control your movable spotlight, which is just above your head on the left. And then you can also brighten or dim it.
Now over on my right side, we have cup holders that automatically unfold for you. They feel really solid and of high quality. Just below that, we have a small table that comes straight up out of the armrest.
This table just feels really well built. This whole middle seat really reminds me of sort of being on a plane, but this is just like, you know, an executive plane. It really does feel to that level. Now just bringing your attention to the side of the door here. It is very nice. It's all soft touch here. Feels very good. Even leather here on the side. There's very little hard touch plastic, which is a nice touch. These doors are all automatic, by the way, so you just tap this handle. It'll open up for you. Now, a cool feature with this as well is the windows actually go down. So one touch and the window actually drops down, which is a very cool touch. And the window does stop here, but it is still a decent opening here. And you know, if you wanted to get some fresh air, this is a very nice feature to have. So one touch up again. And then again, you actually have sunshade, so you can put a sunshade up. Now it isn't automatic, but it does the job, and you know, keep some of that light out, keep some more privacy in here. It's very nice.
Now in the back, we do have one 13-inch flip-down screen. I do wish each middle seat passenger had their own screen though. I think they really should have. But this allows you anyways to control the radio, watch movies, play Bluetooth. You could even hook up an Xbox to this, as it does have an HDMI input and a household plug at the bottom of the center console.
Now you do have to use the remote, which, you know, I wish there was a dedicated system in the armrest. I wish they had have integrated something with you know, volume controls and maybe some presets for the radio. But you can still control it all, but you just have to use the remote. Now the remote does look like it's from about 1990. I'm not sure why Toyota's still going with that, but I guess it's just reliable. So just another crazy feature about these middle seats is that this can actually sit a lot further back than where I am right now. So there's a lever down here, you just lift it up. Now you do have to lift it up manually and push with your feet. It's not automatic, but you can bring this up forward if you want to have more room for the back passengers, or you want to allow them to get in the back. And then you can push this all the way back to here. And then I literally cannot get my feet to touch the front seat. That is my legs fully stretched out, and I'm still not touching the front seat. It is just absolutely crazy, and you know, the luxuriousness in here is pretty wild. Now there are 3 back seats behind us, so let's just jump there and see how much room we have as well. Now you do have enormous amounts of headroom in here, which is very nice, and you also have a reclining mechanism here, so you can recline the seat back or up just to get into more of a comfortable position. Now this is in the normal seating position that I was in before, and look at the leg room. You know, I've got huge amounts of leg room here, great amount of feet room as well. It's also very nice leather back here again. You've got some cup holders back here, some storage area, and you also have sunshades again. So that's just another really nice touch. Sunshades back here. Speakers are right above your head as well. And you also have a climate vent dedicated for you here. All right, so inside the front now of the Toyota Alphard, and it's very nice in here again. But like we said, the captain chair is really where you want to be. But in here, you know, you have beautiful leather on the door sides again. You know, soft touch plastics here. Just feels very, very nice. You know, I love this sort of silver wood kind of style they've got in here. It just looks very premium. You've got cup holders that extract out of here, just highly over-engineered. Looks like something from the Germans. And then you just come down, you've got this sort of stainless steel around the infotainment system, which looks very nice. Now, one thing to mention with this particular car, the infotainment systems have been swapped out. Now, that's due because they don't make them in English. So if you had one here, you couldn't really use it. So Vans West, the importer who imported this one, has swapped it out for an aftermarket infotainment system. It still does and displays basically all the features. But again, it is an aftermarket one, so I'm not going to really dive into that. Now, just one other cool thing about this vehicle is that it has a 360-degree camera. So you can look completely around when you're parking. You know, you can look at the front wheels, you can look at the back, you can look completely down and see exactly where you are. It is really a helpful feature, especially trying to park this thing around because it is a bit of a larger vehicle. All right, so starting the Alphard, it's just sort of a regular key fob. Yeah, keyless entry, so push button start, just push this button. Now you don't hear anything when you actually start this vehicle because of that electric hybrid engine. So yeah, you gotta get it, wrap your head around it. The engine is on, we put it into drive now and start moving, and we are actually running in EV mode. So this is totally electric right now, getting out of this car park. If you want to leave your house without having to start your vehicle or anything, this lets you have that capability. And then once you get on the freeway, it starts recharging those batteries and that. So this is a very good feature, and really is economical, this car. The 360 camera is really great for this as well. It sort of seems to recognize when you're going slowly and turning quite a bit, It sort of recognizes that, oh, you must be, you know, in a tight pinch possibly, so let's put up the front cameras and the 360 camera. So it really is a nice touch. So you can just quickly glance there, know you're not going to hit anything, and just continue driving. Now, just driving this, it does really drive pretty well as you would expect. You know, it's not very powerful. You know, it just sort of wafts around, but it feels very fitting for this car. You know, this is the kind of a car you don't want to be pushing around a corner or doing any hard acceleration. You know, this car rewards you for driving calmly. You know, the passengers enjoying those captain chairs, they want you to drive calmly. So, you know, it's really a relaxing car, sorry. The drive is not stressful at all, so it is quite relaxing. There's hardly any noise you can hear. You can't really hear any road noise. You know, you barely feel really any of the bumps. Does a pretty good job. And, you know, when you turn the wheel, you know, the steering is very light, as you would expect. It's not necessarily extremely vague, but it's a typical minivan. You know, this is a minivan. You can't get around it. It's not a sports car. This is probably the Rolls Royce of minivans. I don't think there would be one out there that would be better than this. Though I will tell you guys that Lexus for 2020 is coming out with an LM version. So this is going to be rebranded as a Lexus, and it's going to be even more ridiculous. Now, getting in this car, you actually have a really good field of view out of everywhere. You have this massive front windscreen. I mean, this thing is actually massive. You also have a little front quarter windscreen, which is kind of funny. You don't often see that. So that's kind of cool as well. And even just down the sides in your rear view mirrors, you got blind spot monitoring, of course, and it's just very easy to see out of. And because you have that rear view camera that's always on, just showing you what's in your rear view mirror, it does give you a very, very good look around this whole car. It is a lot of money for a car. So, you know, you're shelling out around 150 grand for one that's kitted out like this, and it's a lot. It's a lot to ask for. But, you know, this thing is kind of in its own class. There really isn't anything else on the market like it, and it's just it is a very, very unique car. I'll put it that way. This is sort of for the person who wants to be chauffeured around, yet you don't need to spend, you know, $1 million on like some ridiculous Maybach or something, you know. I do have a feeling of why this car is so popular still in Asia. I think because their roads are just not as good as ours. They have a lot more traffic, or they're just not made as well. I think they have a tendency a lot more to not want to drive. They want to be chauffeured around. And this thing is just so comfortable. You know, if you were stuck in like ridiculous traffic, you don't want to be driving this thing. You want to be in the back relaxing, watching TV, listening to music, you know. If you need to do business, you know, you get the table down, you know, start doing some business, plug your laptop in. It's just so convenient for an aspect like that. I really think that's why this car is so successful in Asia, where, you know, in Western countries, we like to drive. So, you know, it's kind of where you get caught up with the mixed personality of this car, is where this is not a driver's car. It's not made for the driver. It's made for being driven around in. You know, so it is a very unique car in that aspect. It is quite cool. All right, everyone, I'm going to finish the video off here. Huge thanks to Vans West for hooking me up with this 2018 Toyota Alphard today. They've got a lot more of these in stock currently. This one was listed for sale. If you guys are curious, want to learn more, I'll leave a link for them in the description below, so please check them out. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. This thing was really cool to check out in person. I hope to see more of these on Australian roads soon. So yeah, if you like this video, guys, please hit that like button. Consider subscribing if you're new here, and we'll see you on that next video.